I want to ask you about any predictions that you have for the future of online education. What do you think are perhaps some of the form factors that we'll see in coming years, or ways in which education can be better delivered and create better outcomes for students going forward?
I think one, I can't predict the future on what the form factors will be, but they will look dramatically different. I think just again, as a human race, if this is the best we can do with all the tools technology gives us, it still kind of sucks. That's one. Two, we're starting to see more and more people make real money with education. Well, we have someone on our platform who's made 10 million bucks. We're soon going to have a few more people at 10 million. We have, hundreds of people and millions of dollars in earnings. If you're earning that much from a course, yeah, but if you're earning that much from a course, it's going to be a matter of time before you realize, what would this course look like if I actually spent $100,000 creating this course? What would it look like if I spent, and you're seeing a little bit with Masterclass, but I can see this, if eventually more people also spending large amounts of money, raising the production value of courses. Like I think back to the early days of social games, when social games looked terrible, and then they eventually started looking more and more like larger games because they became bigger businesses. So that will start happening. With that said, I don't think we'll ever get to a point where that will be a prerequisite, because one of the cool things about online education is just how long tail it is. Like there's always going to be a market for courses, and for courses that serve a smaller audience and they don't need high production value. So that's something that will also happen. And finally, I think we're going to start seeing more and more outcome-based shit where creators have real skin in the game. We're already starting to see now that a few years ago, it was totally possible to build this like large, scalable $1 million course business by virtue of having a large audience. Honestly, it's gotten a lot harder, because now to do that, you need not just an audience, but you need a really high, what we call course NPS or whatever, but just people who take your product and don't ever stop talking about it. Like that's the shit where you're going to start needing in order to scale a business, which means outcomes are becoming more important than ever before. You can't just like have a massive following, build a really tight marketing funnel, use urgency and deadlines. Right. Yes, that's going to help you sell a few courses, but unless you have like just crazy fans that will never shut the hell up about what your course is, you're not going to get to the 110, eventually $100 million business.